All right, guys, here it is. The 2017 Ford F-250 Lariat. As you can see, it does have nitro mud tires on it and the off-road rims, stock from Ford. But these rims were not stock. We had to put these on here, but they are a stock Ford product. You can see it does have pearl white with the FX4 package. All right, let's go ahead and see the key real quick. So while we're in the shade, I'll show you all the key. Looking at it, it does have automatic start as well as an automatic tailgate, panic. So we're gonna go ahead and lock it and start it up. It does have a full-size spare down there. You can see that it does have backup sensors. Very nice. This, you open this up and you can lower the tailgate, lower the spare tire by that. It does have a 2.5-inch insert for your ball, which is nice for me because I do tow trailers that are right at the limit for the smaller ones. Let's go ahead and open our electric tailgate here. Double click that, it'll drop it right down for you. And if that wasn't enough luxury, press this button here, pull this down, and you've got a freaking staircase to get in the back of your F-250 that is bed lined, and it does have the what do you call that? That's the gooseneck. It does have the gooseneck attachment for it, but what I have is a fifth wheel, so I just attach to these 4 holes here and put my fifth wheel thing in. I take it in and out though. A lot of people don't do that, but I take it in and out. You do have lights here on both sides, so you tap this, it turns the lights on, you can see, and you tap it again and they slowly dim away. Down here you've got your connection for your fifth wheel or gooseneck trailer already built in, which I love. It does have hooks here, down here, and down there, and attachments for more hooks right there, or Ford does offer a couple of options that you can connect to those 2 things there. There's the other light, and we'll walk down our staircase here and shut it back. To shut it back, you just press this button, push this handle down, push this button. You can pretty much do it with one hand. Let's see. There you go. I'm making it seem a lot harder than it actually is to put up. It probably takes about 5 seconds to get it out, and I would say maybe even less than 5 seconds to get it out, and about 5 seconds to put it up. It's really easy whenever you have 2 hands. Here's the backup camera. There's a light so that whenever you're hooking up your trailer, you've got plenty of light out here, which of course I will show you in the night video. I will be mentioning that a lot. It doesn't have a lever, it has a button. So, button here, button there, and button inside, all to open just this one tailgate. Humongous Ford badging with Super Duty running all the way across it. It's not a sticker anymore, it's embroidered. Is that the right word? I don't know. It's freaking stamped in the back of the truck. This one does have a leveling kit on it. Diesel fill right here, as well as DEF fill. It does have a running board. It has 2 running boards, obviously, but they're not automatic, which I'm happy about. The automatic ones tend to break, and I'm glad I don't have that. Coming over here, you have a hook so that your fuel cap does not slam up against your paint, which is very important. Even though this paint should be fine, it could probably handle a lot more than gas, but I'm glad that it doesn't ding up the paint right there, as you can see. Here's the other side of the truck. Now, you do have, it senses my hand and it just unlocked the truck because it sensed my hand behind it and it automatically unlocked it. And to lock it, all you do is tap this button and walk away, and it's locked. Alright, here's the ginormous mirrors, blinkers embroidered in the mirrors, as well as Ford. I meant to say Ford embroidered into the blinkers. But the mirrors do have blinkers, and it does have white mirror cap to match with these white handles. It does have Lariat badging and F-250 right there, as well as 6.7 badging and Power Stroke turbo diesel on both sides. One thing I do want to mention that Ford does is they have black on the back of their door handles, which is an amazing feature. I don't know why all vehicles don't do that, especially trucks, because your dirt and grime won't get all dirty back there. The black will mask it. Alright, you got a chrome bumper. It doesn't have body match bumper, which I love. Huge Ford logo. One thing I wanted to mention is, you see these two lines? The only Ford that offers 3 lines is the Limited. So the Limited, that's how you can tell the Limited apart from the Platinum. It has 3 lines instead of just 2. Black hooks here, I'm glad they're not chrome. I like that look. Coming over here, you do have a pad so you can leave your keys in the hidden compartment inside the truck, and you're good to go. You just walk out, press these 2 buttons to lock it, and unlock it, type in your code. But all I'm going to do is put my hand behind it, and it's going to automatically unlock it. Alright, we're going to turn on all the electronics real quick by pressing this button once. We do not have to put our foot on the brake. There's that. Whenever you get in and out of the vehicle, whenever you tap the steering wheel out of your way and push the seat back to help you get out. And whenever you get in, you just saw that it all went back to my factory settings that I had just a minute ago. You also saw whenever we started it up, the beautiful Ford logo that went there, and it said Ford Built Tough. Now if I press it again, it's all gonna go away, and whenever I open my door, it's gonna leave us with a little Ford logo. And you saw that the steering wheel and seat moved back in order to allow me to grab my handle and get out of the truck. Now in most videos I would be rolling this window down right about now so that I don't run the risk of leaving the keys in here. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, and we'll press the foot pedal. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, no key detected, it said. So I'm gonna put my foot on the brake and start the engine back up, just so y'all could see that Built Ford Tough. For some reason, I really wanted y'all to see that. All right. Hood's popped. Now, like I said, normally I would be rolling the window down right now, but I'm not scared because this Ford has the keypad right. So you never have to worry about getting locked out of your vehicle. It's literally impossible to get locked out of your vehicle unless one of the 2 batteries that you have in this goes out. Walking up here, Super Duty is embroidered into the hood. All we have to do is pull the lever up right there and push it up about halfway, and it does the rest of the job for you. It's pretty quiet. Here's the intake. 2 batteries like I mentioned. Very high up. It's about to my chest. Or no, it's actually to my neck. I can rest my head on the hood right now. That's how high this truck is. All I have to tell you is that this Ford has, well, there's a light up here that automatically comes on, but this Ford has best towing ratings, best towing, best payload, best horsepower, best torque. I don't know about fuel economy. Alright guys, real quick, I failed to show y'all the passenger seat earlier today when I was making the video. But here we go. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of a sneak peek at the night video soon to come. As you can see, the passenger door is the same material as the driver door, of course, minus the buttons. It's got soft to the touch up there, wood trim, chrome, matte chrome, lock and unlock, automatic up and down windows, sound system down there, and then the same doors. I mean the same amount of compartments. Go ahead and shut this door. Ford does a beautiful job of integrating the dash down into the center console or the glove compartment. But here is the glove box, huge glove box compartment. And it's not taken up by the owner's manual because that slides nice and out of the way, even leaving some more room right here. You can also turn the airbags off. I don't know why. If you plan on doing any off-roading, maybe you can turn the airbags off. So if you hit a big bump, it doesn't come on. Looking up here, you've got Super Duty stamped, plus this button. You probably wouldn't even notice it, but there it is. And this is a nice glove box to put receipts in and maybe business cards, certain things like that. Shuts very firmly, looks very good. On the passenger side, you also have an air vent and an oh shit handle, or an ease of access handle. Let's go ahead and open the door again, and I'll show you what the seat, how you adjust the seats. The seats are the same on the driver's side as the passenger, so you'll get the same buttons over there on the driver's side as you will on the passenger side. You've got lumbar support for your back seats, your backrest, backwards and forwards, up, down, front can go up, separate from the back. But there you have it. There's the passenger seat and a little bit of a sneak peek at what's to come in the night video. Alright, now that we're inside of the vehicle, the keys are inside of this compartment right here that I'll show you in a second. We're going to go ahead and start it up by pressing the button. It is nice chrome wrapped. And for now, since I need to back up, I'm way out in this
and we're going to post that on
in the parking lot. I want to show you all the reverse camera real quick. So I'm going to put it in reverse. And it's going to bring up the... As you see, it does have white guidance lines to help you guide yourself back, as well as a trailer hitch line. And then the width of the vehicle is here. And as you get closer and closer, it's going to go to red and so on and so forth, yellow. So now you're also going to hear that it does have beepers, or backup sensors, as you can hear there. And it does have a F-250 or F-150 up there showing you how close you are. So as you get closer, you're going to notice that this is going to get yellow or orange and down to red as you get closer. So here we go. And that's whenever, like, I'm literally fixing to touch that, I'm going to get right up on it and really show you how much I trust this camera. That's all the way back. Let's go see what we got. I mean, right there. This camera is trustworthy, I promise you. This thing, you can get right up on stuff and it will not let you hit it until you actually do, and you're going to see it in the camera. Now, one thing I want to show you is over there is my trailer. It tows it just fine, of course. Obviously, it could tow twice that. But put it in reverse, and say you're backing up to the trailer, this beeping's annoying you, all you have to do is turn it off. And now all that's gone. But let's say you were backing up to the trailer, you press this plus sign, it really will dial you in, and it still gives you the line to help you back up. That is a very, very awesome feature that I like quite a bit. Alright. I'm going to show you the turning radius real quick because I need to turn around. That sun's right in my face. And so I'll show you how good the turning is, which it is quite good for a large truck like this. If I wanted to just do a turnaround and go straight into the lane I was just in, if I just turned real hard, I should be able to make it right across here. Just like that. And it'll bring us right back to where we were. It does have great turning radius for how big it is. And it is very smooth. The steering is hydraulic. And, or I don't know if it's hydraulic or not, but it's definitely assisted, obviously. Electric steering. And the steering does stiffen up whenever you start going fast on the highway. And whenever you're in the parking lot, it's definitely easier to turn than if you were on the highway. It stiffens up. Alright, let's start over here with the mirrors. As you can see, they're giant. They are the size of like a MacBook Pro, to give you an idea. It has a blind spot mirror right there, as well as your regular mirror and a blind spot monitoring system in the top there, top left. A orange light will come up if there's somebody in your blind spot, and if you put your blinker on while there's somebody in your blind spot, it will beep and it will blink at you, which has saved me a couple of times Mainly with the trailer though. One cool thing is if you go into settings here, whenever you hook up to a truck, or a trailer, I'm sorry, you can set up trailer blind spot. You set the feet of the trailer, the type of trailer, and it will go ahead and tell you if there's somebody in your blind spot, your trailer's blind spot, which is a really awesome feature. Now this blind spot mirror down here works wonders. You will never have anybody in your blind spot in this truck. You just look at that mirror, and if there's somebody there, you're gonna see it. Even if it's like a Mazda Miata, a real tiny car, you're gonna see it, no doubt. Now, one thing about it is, if I had a trailer, which I do, I have a gooseneck, but whenever I'm using that trailer, it's just an 18-foot. I do not need to extend the mirrors, but if I did have a gooseneck, or if you did have a gooseneck, I'm sorry, my gooseneck's like, I think it's 34 feet, it might be 32, but either way, you just come up here and you press this button, and it extends out the mirror. Now, it extends out both mirrors at the same time, of course, to make sure that they're equal, obviously, and then you could bring them in by the press of a button. And of course you can step halfway. You don't have to go all the way out, depending on the size of your trailer. There's that. That's just via these buttons here. Up here, you choose a side, so choose left mirror, and you adjust it here. Choose right, and you adjust it the same spot. Automatic folding mirrors. Press the button once, folds in both mirrors. Press the button again, folds them right back out. Right here, you've got your window lock. This locks the passengers from opening their windows. All 4 windows are automatic down, and the front 2 are automatic up, but the back 2 are not automatic up. One thing I like to point out as we start getting into the colors of the vehicle and things, it's got tan seats, so I see mainly tan. The door is mainly tan, and obviously you've got tan there, and down here by where your legs go, and the seats are of course a beautiful leather tan, as well as all the roof and headboard and everything. So I would say that it's tan with black accenting. And then you've got leather, soft to the touch leather here and here where your arm rests, and then of course leather all the way up on the dash, as well as on that door panel as well. And we'll check out the back seats in a minute. Really soft to the touch armrest here. All right, back to the door. You will see wood trim, but it's not real. It looks real. I would probably mistake it for real, maybe. I don't know. It looks real to me. It's very good looking with the chrome trim going around it and the chrome on the door handle. Now, it doesn't have normal door handles. It's got a kind of quirk, as Doug DeMuro would say. Open it right here. Pull that lever, and it opens up. I call this matte chrome. I don't know what the proper word is for it. If you know, please let me know down in the comments. But it's got matte chrome lining right here, as well as I mentioned, chrome on the door handle. And like I said earlier, coming back, all this is soft to the touch, and white stitching going across. Now from here down is hard plastic, but to be honest, that doesn't bother me at all because it is a truck, so you're gonna get it dirty. Now, continuing down on the door, you do have lock and unlock. Let me try to get you a better angle. Lock and unlock, as well as 3-person memory. Just get the seat where you want it and hold it down. And let's say I wanted to set this for 2. So I just hold down 2, like I said. And then that'll come up. Memory 2 saved. Just press OK, and you're good to go. Looking down here, these switches right here turn on the lights on the mirrors, which I will do a night review. This truck lights up at night. I cannot wait to do a review on that. But you just tap this and it turns on a light on the mirror. Really works, actually. You would think it's useless. It freaking lights the whole area around the truck up. Of course, automatic headlights, fog lights. This is the dimmer switch. It dims the gauge and all of the lights within the truck on the center stack, and there is quite a few other lights. I cannot wait to show y'all. Coming down here, this is a really cool feature. It works for me because whenever I'm backing up to the gooseneck, I just tap this switch and it opens up the electric tailgate, which I already showed you in the exterior view. But either way, it's got an electric tailgate from the inside, so that's a great feature. The pedals are power extending and retracting, as well as the parking brake right here. You just press it to set it, and then pull this lever to let it out. But what I've noticed that people do is they put it down and then they pull this lever and it slams up. It's a Ford, so it's obviously going to be fine, but I just hate that. You know what I mean? Just let your foot rest on it and let it come up softly is the way I feel about that. I hate to see that slam up against the metal like that, but whatever. Up here you've got a speaker here. I do not know. I think it's Sony. It might be Bose, but either way, both really great speakers, products. But I don't know what kind it has in here. All I can tell you is that it sounds really good. Of course, your gas and your brake. This truck did not come with these WeatherTech floor mats, but it had very nice cloth, black cloth on the floorboard. Now checking out the door, you do have a cubby there. We just keep our garage door opener, and then a cup holder, as well as 2 storage areas here. All right, continuing on. Up here you've got your electric automatic windshield wipers. All these are sensitivity levels, so all of it's electric, but if you set it here, that's just the sensitivity that it will take. So I normally leave it at probably 2. Seems to be good for me. Now if you want to clean the windshield, which it looks like it needs a little bit of a cleaning, press this button and it will clean it for you. Obviously your blinkers are here, and your brights, you know how that works. So there's that. Coming around here, you've got your stock shifter, and it tells you what gear you're in right there. If you go all the way down to the bottom, you have first and second gear if you're going up a big hill. And obviously if you put it in the M, that allows you to shift from the stock here. As well as it does have a tow haul mode that is amazing. This truck does an amazing job with that trailer and my gooseneck, but I actually have a harder time towing that than my gooseneck because the gooseneck's just a flatbed trailer, so it doesn't weigh as much, believe it or not. Unless it's loaded down, which it does get loaded down quite a bit. But the wind catches that one more, is what I'm trying to say. But this tow haul mode works amazingly. It shifts perfectly. I love the transmission in this truck. It's always in the right gear, never fighting for gears, trying to get to what it needs. It always knows where to be. And whenever it's towing, it does have an engine brake, and it does have a what is this called? Parking assist or something like that. I can't think of what it's called. Brake controller. It does have a brake controller with gain there, so set it, and then it says trailer disconnected right now, but if you wanted to take the gain up, you would there add gain, subtract gain, which I do use that quite a bit. That works out great. I'm so happy that this truck came equipped with that. Now looking at the steering wheel, it is heated in case you were curious. Leather wrapped, very big steering wheel. Lots of steering wheels in trucks nowadays are going smaller and smaller, and I tend to have to put covers on some of them, like the more work trucks though. You don't see that a lot in Lariat packages or whatever, Chevy's top of the line, ZLT, I don't know, something like that. You can see it's kind of dirty, but that's what a truck's for, right? All right, right here is the D-pad that controls this. You've got my view, fuel economy. Let's see what we've been getting lately. About 12.5 miles to the gallon, which is amazing for a truck with this kind of capabilities. Towing, off-road status. This, of course, this shows you how far your wheels are turned. So if you're in a deep rut, you could have the wheel turned all the way, but the steering wheel will still be flat like this, but the wheel still could be turned all the way and you won't even know. Well, that of course lets you know to help you get out of that rut, so you're not freaking pushing mud through with them tires turned like that. I am on a 1 degree tilt like that, but I'm not this way, but I am this way, as you can see there. That's what that all tells you. I'm glad I'm on a little grade so I could show you all a little bit. But what this does is, if you're going up a steep hill, you could see the grade of the hill and know how far you should stay away from the person in front of you. That's a big deal, being able to gauge how far away you need to be from somebody, especially when going down or uphill. Trailer blind spot, like I told you earlier, that could be turned on and set up once you have a trailer connected. Now the gauge selection, you could change what you want that gauge to say. Right now I had it on transmission temp for whenever I'm towing. I always like to see my transmission temperature. But let's put it on the turbo gauge, and we'll see how far the turbo goes up whenever we give it a little rev in a minute. This is your towing status. If you tap on this, it's going to tell you what your gain is, how far the steering wheel's turned. And then this is actually, so if you're sagging the truck from having too much weight, if you have an adjustable trailer hitch like we do, that's what that helps us with. We can adjust it to where it will not be sagging the truck at all. Coming over one more time, it brings us back to our main menu for towing status, towing information, trailer light check, different things like that. This is just all your different gauges. You could make the gauge big in front of the screen. So if you wanted this to be what you saw prominently, then you sure can. Engine hours, that's interesting. Has 1,542 hours on it. Idle hours have been 282. That's pretty surprising. I don't know if that's a lot of idle hours. I'm sorry, I mean, I don't know those kind of things, but it sounds like a lot to me. So there's your truck information, trip, in my view. Like I said, that's all controlled from this D-pad right here. One thing I forgot to mention is it is wrapped in what I call matte chrome, which gives this truck a very luxurious look while keeping it rugged at the same time. Right here, turn your cruise control on, set it, and reset it and cancel it. Right there, pretty self-explanatory. And if you're going 70 miles an hour and you come up on somebody going 60, you can just drop it down right there. If there's somebody beside you who won't let you get over, you just adjust the speed there, of course, so you don't slam into the person in front of you. Coming over here, you have your radio controls. You've got volume up and down, tuned through the different stations, and mode, AM, FM, Sirius, things like that. This truck is equipped with Sirius radio. We love it, and it's perfect for the video, so we could show you kind of how it works. Beautiful Ford logo, my favorite thing to see in a vehicle. I love Ford. One thing over here is the hazards. So you turn these on, and you'll have your blinking lights up there. And if you turn your blinker on, you will have your blinking lights to let you know which way it is. Speedometer, tachometer, you can see it's got 52,000 miles on it. That is, your compass is telling me we're going north. Up top, you've got your engine temperature, or oil temperature, I'm sorry, engine temperature, fuel, and turbo gauge. Real quick, let's give it a rev, and then we'll check out the rest of the vehicle. Now, keep on looking at that turbo gauge if you want to. You don't have to. You can look at whatever you want. Let's turn the AC off and hear how it sounds. So we can clearly hear that turbo and see that turbo rising there. I don't see the means to rev it up any more than that. It sounds amazing in my opinion, and it's quiet. It is so quiet and smooth down the road. I love it. I don't really like a loud truck, if I'm honest with you. Like I mentioned, you've got your brake controller there. Your four-wheel drive switches right here, so full two-wheel drive high, and then four-wheel drive high, full four-wheel low. You do not have to shift in the neutral for this, so it's on the fly, four-wheel drive high. But on pretty much any vehicle I've ever seen that has four-wheel drive low, you do have to shift in the neutral to get to it, and it's no different for this. To lock the rear differential, you just pull this out. It's an electronic locking rear differential, and it will let you know up here whenever it is locked. To lock the front wheels, I will show you in just a second how we do that. Right here you can see that it is wrapped in chrome, the AC outlet, and to turn it off, like to block it, they do not leave those ugly looking swirly wheels right here to turn it off and on. You just go all the way to the left if you want to turn it off. Very innovative in my opinion. One thing I failed to mention over here is the steering wheel is automatic telescoping and tilt, so bring it to you, and up and down, of course. And it's got very wide range. I just don't feel like sitting here wearing out the electronics in this truck. All right, let's start at the top here. You do have a little compartment here with a removable tray. Now this is, with these diesel trucks, they will build up carbon in the tail pipe or exhaust pipe. So you just press this and it will get it to a boiling hot temperature that will boil away all the carbon, which we have used before, and the truck revs up quite high and it is a beautiful sound. Right here is cruise control or traction control off, as I showed you earlier, the hazard lights. Shoot, what do you call this? Hill descent control, as well as your camera, which I will show you now. So as we did earlier, we're just going to put it in reverse and we'll see the camera that I showed you earlier. But now let's say that we're going to back up to my trailer, or to the gooseneck. So as we're backing up to the gooseneck, we cannot quite see what we're looking at unless we turn our heads. But what Ford has done is, you press this button, it's going to go ahead and give you a tailgate view. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hurry up and put it in park, and I've got this set to where the camera stays on a little bit after I put it in park. And I'm going to reach down and press this button. You do have to be in park in order to have the tailgate to go down, I think. Let me try it. I don't know that. I've never actually tried it out of park. Let's see if this works. Oh, I lied. You do not have to be in park. So I've been wasting my time. Every time I walk up to go, or back up to my gooseneck, I put it in park before I open it. But apparently you don't have to be. That's another annoying thing. Hold on, let me turn this off. I don't know how to turn this beeping sound off, so let me go. Well, no, I'm not going to raise the tailgate. We could deal with it for a second. Whenever you're backing up to your gooseneck, you need to be able to see that ball right there. So they allow you to zoom in so you can get right on that ball, and they leave a guidance line for you to be able to get up. And that's another thing that I said was amazing. As you're backing up, you just tap this button. You get to look right in the tailgate. Tap that button, open up your electric tailgate, and you're good to go. You don't even have to get out the truck. So that's some amazing features that this Ford offers that I love. Moving our way back down, we have the this is a Sync 3 system, trying to combine My Ford Touch and Sync 3. Both really good systems, but Sync 3 definitely takes it to another level. As you can see, it's a beautiful interface. I'm going to show you some simple things real quick. Heated steering wheel, just to show you that it's got it. Audio, climate, phone, navigation, apps, and different settings. I have a video on just the Sync 3 system. If you want to know more about it, you can check that video out. It'll be in the description. It's a very detailed video, just as this one is. One quick thing that I don't think in the video that I made the vehicle had, one thing, this vehicle does have ambient lighting. Choose what you want and then pick your color, and you can adjust how bright you want it. Or I think it's, yeah, how vivid the color is actually. So there's the system there. Coming back down, we've got our passenger information. It tells you whether their seatbelt's on and their airbag is on. Right here is your volume, obviously. You mute it by pressing that, and you turn the volume up, right, down, left. Same thing for this. Is just to tune through the stations. It's tuning through different stations right now. As you can see, it's in Sirius. Now to change through the different Sirius, the mode. So we're in Sirius 2, Sirius 3, Bluetooth, and then AM1, AM2, and so on and so forth. It'll take you through all the different media sources through that right there. You can either, like I mentioned in the I cannot say it today, the Sync 3 video, you can either do it by tapping the screen itself, or they do have physical buttons for if you're wearing gloves or you just like physical buttons, which personally I am one of those people. I cannot stand the Tesla because it's all digital and it's just, I don't know, I like physical buttons. So you've got your 6 presets there, as well as tuning through the set stations. So you don't even, there's like so many ways. There's 3 different ways. You can either tap your pick stations up here, tap the actual physical buttons, or tap this to bring you through your different chosen stations there. Alright, coming down a little bit further, we've got our CD changer. They haven't taken it away yet, which my mom's kind of happy about. She actually has a bunch of CDs that she loves, and for some reason she will not let me have her download them to her phone. Coming down here, you've got dual climate control, as you can see. Let me move this bottle out of y'all's way. You do have dual climate control here. Turn it on by pressing this button, and you can adjust the temperature here. To know what temperature you're in, it will tell you up there. And if I go ahead and turn dual off by pressing that button I showed you a minute ago, it will specifically tell you that you're turning the driver temperature up or down, or the passenger temperature up or down. We'll put it at 70. Alright, moving our way down, turn the climate control off there, max AC as well as a defrost, rear defrost, where you want the air to blow here, defrost again without the max, and recycle, max AC. I apologize, this is max AC, this is max defrost, as well as AC on and off there. This just turns the whole system off altogether. Of course, it's got cooled seats. All Lariats do not have cooled seats, though. I don't know why I say of course. But this Lariat does come equipped with cooled seats for the front passengers and driver, as well as heated seats, fan speed here. Again, some of that faux wood trim, as well as a sync badge and chrome button. You push this button back, or it's not a button, you push this kind of handle back, and it opens up a world of amazingness. You've got a light in here and the 4 keys, as well as my wallet. There's 2 USB ports here. These all connect to Android Auto and whatever iPhones is. I don't know what that's called, iPhone something or another. But hold on, you gotta press this kind of hard to get it to go back. I don't know why, but you gotta press that kind of hard. I don't know, maybe it's a safety thing. Coming over here, you'll see that we do have a compartment separated so that stuff's not flying around. If you pull this up and move these cards away, I live in an apartment, so we have to hang these on my friends' mirrors when they come over so that they do not get towed. If you pull all this away, they have another tray that you could just leave like that and take this out if you do not want a separation. Just take this out. You could have a really deep pocket. But I mentioned this whenever we were looking outside. There is a place to hide the key in here, so you could just leave the key in the truck. But it's not so hidden anymore because I just told all you guys. Alright, and this is where I keep these cards because it does have a little bit of a lip on. You can see that there's a little lip right here. So these fit perfectly and I'll never lose them. When I need them, they're sitting right there. The cover just sits right on top of them. But very nice setup by Ford in my opinion. Coming over to another very innovative thing they've done to the F-250. You've got 2 cup holders here with LED lights that you will see in the night video. But if you have a spit tube and a water bottle and you want to have your Pepsi but you don't have any room for it, you just open this up. And now you've got 2 more cups so that everybody can have a drink and a dip at the same time. But if you don't want to use that, you've got a cup holder down here, a cup holder down here, and 2 more cup holders down here. I think that makes for a total of 1 on the passenger on both doors on the back, so that's 2, plus 2 on the armrest, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 cup holders in this F-250. Kind of outrageous, but for some reason you always find yourself without enough. Up here you've got your ginormous armrest with 2 pin holders and a ton of storage. As you can see, I use a lot of it, but it's huge. And you've got this little coin holder here for all your coins. This is where I put my flashlight actually. This works out perfectly, but I don't know what you're supposed to put there. Maybe business cards, but I keep my flashlight right there, as well as, you know, keys, things like that go there. This is a soft to touch armrest. You'll never hit the bottom of it, if I'm honest. And you could have 6 arms on this thing. It is giant. Alright, one more thing up here, or I always say that, but there's a lot more actually. Coming over here, you've got a 12 volt outlet as well as a 110 charger there, like a household outlet. I know they all say this, but it's true. You're never going to be able to power something like a blow dryer. But what I do love is a lot of them I've seen do not have this ground, but almost all of my computer chargers use a ground, so I end up not being able to charge my computer in here. But I love that Ford has offered that in their F-250. And it's got a wonderful cover on it. to keep the truck as slick as possible. Another one of those AC outlets here, as well as one over there. And I already showed you all the passenger seat. Making our way up, this is added. This is my radar detector, which is amazing. It's got me out a couple tickets, or at least probability to get a ticket. You can see it does have an adjustable mirror, and it is auto dimming, which is where I've got the power sent for this. There is a video on how to install one of those on my channel if you want to see it. Coming over here, you have tap lights for just your side, and this turns on all 4 lights, the 2 in the front and the 2 in the back. This makes it to where all the lights come on if the door is open, and this is the tap light for this side. Now, one of my favorite things on this truck is the panoramic sunroof. Press this button, not this button. Press this button, and it's gonna open it up halfway. Press it again, and it opens it up the full length of the truck. Probably one of my favorite features on the truck. I normally leave that open. And of course it's automatic close just like it is open. And automatic open, you tap this, it opens it up. Tap this and it closes it, and this vents it. Up here you've got an sunglass holder. It has some sort of nice rubber on there, so it will not scratch your sunglasses or break them. Up here you do have 6 auxiliary ports for work lights, winches, whatever you can think of. All I can think of is maybe 4 things, so they've overdone it with 6. They have a button up here. Now I want to point out something about why I love Ford so much. They've got a button right here that automatically opens up the back seamless window back there, but they didn't skimp. They've got chrome on this button. They didn't have to do that, but yet they did it anyway. I love that about it. It's got, these are the microphones for the Sync 3 system. Got it right this time. They've got 4 of them up here. This thing will never have trouble hearing you. It actually doesn't. It works quite great for that. Over here you do have vanity mirror with 2 lights, as well as this wheel is a sun blocker, of course. Will extend so that it covers your giant window that your giant door has on it. Have I emphasized enough how giant this thing is? It's huge. My link system here for 3 garages, as well as if you want to do a garage and a gate, that works just as well. Same thing on this side, except for it doesn't have the garage door openers on it. I think that completes everything in this beautiful interior. It does have a oh shit handle here, or actually that's more like a get in handle, so that helps you get into this thing. I use this every time I get into it, and they do not skimp. I've seen some trucks that just have it on the passenger side because they expect you to grab onto your steering wheel, but Ford's got one here, there, and on the back seats. As you can see, it does have side airbags, and you pull this out and you can adjust your steering wheel. You can adjust your seat belt. Don't know where I got steering wheel from. Alright, now coming back to the outside of the Ford F-250. First I wanted to show y'all with the mirrors closed how it looks. It kind of looks like a bird burrowing down, in my opinion. But I told y'all earlier that I would show y'all how to lock the front differential when we were inside looking at how to electrically lock the rear differential. So all you do is you come outside and turn this, and it goes to lock. You can see to lock it, you turn it to the right, and then to unlock it, you just turn it to the left. Nice Ford logo, and feels sturdy enough, you know. That's how you do it though. So you can lock the rear differential electronically, the front differential manually, so you can have both the front and the rear locked, and you could have four-wheel drive high or low engaged, as well as hill descent control. Alright, let's continue on with the video. Alright, so coming back to the key, there is an actual key inside the key fob. You just press that button and open it up, and you can unlock it right here in case the 2 batteries in this truck do die. You have that. Now let's go ahead and check out the back seats. Now looking at the back door, it seems to be about the same size as the front door, and it opens up to basically 90 degrees to give you plenty of room to get into this truck. Looking at the door, it's got the same materials as the front door. Matte chrome here, real chrome and chrome wrapping around the wood trim. And the same compartments as the front door. Cup holders here as well. Speaker wrapped in chrome also. Now to get in, you do have the steps here and the handle to get in. So you just grab your handle, and fairly easy to get inside of this truck, even though it does have a lift kit and a level. Let's go ahead and turn some lights on in here. We've got tap lights on both sides, as well as hooks to hold, you know, a suit or a jacket or whatever. Going over here, like I said, you do have automatic down windows, but they are not automatic up. You can see that they do have chrome on the tip of them. Now this is soft to the touch down here, but this is hard to the touch plastic. So that's something that is a little bit different from the front seats to the back seats. You do have a compartment back here to hold some things on both seats. Coming down here, you do have vents, 2 vents on either side. Same as the front. To turn them off, you just throw it all the way to the left and it'll turn them off altogether. You have a 110 up, it opens down. Hold on, there you go, sorry. You've got a AC 110 volt, 400 watt max with the prong there. So 3 prongs, perfect. That's very nice. With a 12 volt outlet down here. I think this is the one that opens down, yep. 12 volt outlet there with the matte chrome lining it to give it a nice look. Here's the armrest. One thing I like that Ford does is they do not have a cup rest. Going like 2 cups right there, and you can barely fit your arm on the cup holder. But this gives you an armrest, and it's actually pretty big. And if you want to bring out some cups, you just press that button there and pull them out. They look flimsy, but they're really not. I've actually put a Yeti cup in here, one of the big ones, and it does just fine, holds it just perfectly. And of course the armrest is comfortable. You'll never feel the bottom of it. We'll push that up. Now looking at the seats, they are perforated just like the back, or just like the front seats, and very comfortable as well. Now the seat is all the way back and all the way down, and I still have plenty of room to put my feet under the seat. And as you can see, I've got leg room for days. So and this is not a comfortable seating position for me. I'd be way more forward than where this seat's placed right now. Like I said, it's placed all the way back and all the way forward. It does have side airbags. And let me go ahead and show you the 60-40 split. And we'll go ahead and we'll listen to the truck. So, hopping back out. Not to mention, these seats are very, very comfortable. And like some trucks, they do not go straight up like this. They are tilted at a perfect angle. So, as I said, we've got a 60-40 split. You can lift it up, and then to pull it down, you just pull this lever. Now, they do have these little compartments right here that give plenty of room to shove a bunch of stuff. And this is really beneficial to other trucks. Other trucks will just have a flat floor, and they won't leave you room to put stuff so it won't fly around. But Ford does a great job at that. Another thing Ford does is, with this lever right here, you can push this lever down, and this will fold flat into the ground, level with this. And so you'll have one level area, and all this can be level. So Ford gives you the benefit of having a level ground, as well as a storage area. So, let's go ahead and listen to the truck.